Hi guys, and welcome to another video. And it is good morning. It is day 2 of being back after my week off. It was a struggle to get up yesterday morning. Struggled to get up this morning. I am pretty tired. Obviously going, well, not going from a different sort of sleeping pattern, but just getting up maybe that sort of 3 hours earlier. It's been a bit of a shock to the system after a week off, etc. Got both dogs, just got to work now. Got about an hour until it's about to rain. So the first thing I need to do is set up the van, set up everything, and then get the dogs out so they can go for toilets, etc. And yeah, then we can start our day. I'm tired. It's early, and I had a week off. But I had a good week off. I did enjoy it. So yeah, just need to get the van all set up, and then I'll show you sort of how I sort of set up and that. But yeah, got about an hour or two. It's going to rain, so I need to get the dogs out and let them go to the toilet as well. So first thing I need to do is I need to get my signs out. Let's get my signs out. Obviously important safety stuff. I'll get one of them on each side. Is it going to start raining now? I hope not. The reason I said I need to get the dogs out before the rain is not because I don't like getting the dogs out, and not because I won't have the dogs out when it's raining, but I'd rather the van didn't stink of wet dog for a little while. So I want to try and get the dogs out before it starts pissing down with rain. So I'll put one of them on each side, and then you guys know I've got that one. This actually fits quite nicely. Whether that's straight or not, who knows. It actually fits quite nicely on there. And then in terms of the back doors, each door has got one of these that I keep open, so they're the warning for the back doors that there are dogs in there. There's one on the other side, so if you're walking from this direction, you'll see it, and obviously if you're walking from behind the camera, you'll see that one as well. And then obviously the dog's got their cage signs on there as well. So yeah, that is that. You alright, boys? Yeah, you both good? I'll get you out in a minute. So the next thing I need to do, obviously got Bluetti, got my little fridge. Need to set them up, so start getting my food. Although it's overcast and it's quite muggy out, it's still like sort of 16, 17, 18 degrees, etc. So still going to persist with my fridge for now to make sure that my stuff stays cold. And then obviously I've got this stuff that I'll need to just put within hand's reach. So next thing I need to do is obviously just get the fridge sorted out. So I've got some drinks. There's a yogurt, a couple of pepperonis, a few chocolate bars, cheese string, Jaffa cakes, some cake there. And then up here I've got a donut, got my sandwich, which for today is going to be steak caramelised onion. Got a few crisps in there, so I've got all my food that I'm going to need. Do like this. This does keep a lot of crap out of sort of the front. Great technique, mate. Lovely technique. Nice high leg. Yeah, good boy. Cracking technique. Not wearing like a girl anymore. Well, okay. It's now raining. We've done our toilets. We are just going to settle into the shift now. So we'll just chill out, just settle into it. Let the dogs sort of calm down from obviously being at home to coming to work to going out doing a patrol, etc. Just let them calm down and let them settle into the shift as well. So yeah, that's us for a little bit, pissing down with rain. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Well, we are more than halfway through the shift now. It's been a pretty quiet one, to be honest. Been not as hot as yesterday. Yesterday was really hot and really muggy, and obviously you get the dogs out and do bits and pieces and that, but obviously you don't want to overheat the dogs, etc. So it's all about staying in the shade and let the dogs chill out a little bit. Quite similar today. The only thing we've really had is the bloke from the council turned up to come and cut all the grass and that, and then we've been out doing patrols, doing walks, toilets walks, and doing a little bit of play, like 5-10 minutes running after Saint, trying to keep in the shade whilst I do it, etc. So yeah, it's been alright. I've had my sandwich, feeling quite fed. I don't seem to eat as much during day shifts as I do during the night shifts. I don't know whether that's because there's more distractions during the day, and because of that I don't think about eating. But obviously of a night when there's not that much going on, I actually do seem to eat quite a lot more. But like I say, there might be sort of less distractions, etc. But yeah, it's been a decent shift. What are you eating here? Are you eating an apple? No, come on, leave that alone. I think we've found an apple. Look, maybe someone else has left it. Ollie, come. Good boy. But yeah, so far so good. Been an okay shift. Only about 4 hours to go. So yeah, feeling good. So guys, it is now Thursday. So it's actually been a couple of days since like the first half of sort of the video, etc. And mainly because nothing really much has been going on. I've been waiting for something to maybe give you guys some new stuff or whatever, but a lot of it has just been sort of playing with the dogs, doing training with the dogs, loads of stuff that I've put into videos recently, especially when I've had obviously some time in the sort of the evenings before it got dark to do videos, etc. So I think to this kind of video, it's been an interesting sort of few weeks. So for 3 weeks I've been doing days, but I had a week off in the middle, so it's coming up to like 2 weeks really of doing day shifts on this site. And it's been an interesting one because I've obviously done day shifts before, but they've either been in closed sites or sites in the middle of nowhere where you're not going to get a lot of people sort of walking around, etc. So this has been sort of like my first site where there's no fence line. It's a busy area. I'm doing day shifts when there's obviously lots of people around, and I think it was interesting at the start because obviously where there's a normal day guy, that he obviously has his boundaries of what he'll let people do, etc. And I've obviously got my boundaries which are different. So I think there was maybe a little bit at the start where I had to sort of put my foot down to certain people where they was walking on the footpaths within the perimeter of the site, where one guard might let that go. I wasn't going to let that go. It's absolutely teething down now, which is actually an interesting point. I said, do you get more satisfaction if it's a nice day and you're out with the dogs and people in offices are looking out the windows? Do you get more satisfaction with that than if you're sitting in your van and people are walking around dressed for summer in the pouring rain? I thought that was an interesting one. Which one do you get more satisfaction? I think I get more satisfaction of when it's absolutely lapping it down with rain and people are walking around in their summer dresses, shorts, t-shirt, going for their lunches, etc. And it's lashing down with rain. I get more satisfaction than sitting in the van thinking, well, I'm nice and dry. So yeah, I think it was an interesting start. There was a couple of people that I pulled up on. One of them tried to fob me off, to which I what's the best way of putting it? I reiterated my point. And since then, he's been walking around the edges. He doesn't come through this cut through anymore. So I think he got the message that I wasn't going to allow for that to happen. We obviously had like the toddler that come walking through sight. Since then, the mum of the toddler now pushes her around in some form of like tricycle stroke pram thing. So whether that was a reaction to that or not, I don't know. But a few of the instances that I've had to sort of deal with, like I say, the guy now walks around site. The mum now has a trike stroke push chair kind of thing that she walks the kid round, because obviously the kid run through a middle of a security dog site, which is not the greatest, is it? But yeah, I think it's been interesting, and like I say, definitely this week, you get to see people's routines. And I was thinking the other day, like, if you wanted to plant a spy to look at a building, or you wanted to keep tabs on someone, sort of in a localized area, something like a security dog handler, I think we go a little bit under the radar, especially when people know that maybe this building's not used for anything, etc. Is that people just accept that we're here and they don't take much notice of us. They obviously see us out with the dogs, etc., which has also been an interesting thing, because obviously I've had to have both dogs. Very rarely has anyone spoken to me whilst I've had Cooper out, but if I've had Ollie out, everyone seems to pass a comment or whatever. Someone said to me, if that's a security dog, then I might break in, which I said he said it in a jokingly way, but then the same guy said nothing to me coming back when I had Cooper out. So it's been quite interesting, the way in which people might talk to me if I've got Ollie out, but that no one says a word to me if I've got Cooper out. But yeah, I think if you want to, I think they just kind of accept that you're here and they just go about their business. And I think we go under the radar a little bit, but I think again that comes from me not being busy, so me allowing people to cut across a bit of a grass and me not going out and shouting at them for it or asking them not to do it, etc., when there's like 50 people a day that just cut across that little bit of grass, all just cutting through a little bit to go to the gym or go to get their lunch, etc. And me not being busy, we kind of go under the radar, and that's the best way that you want to be. You want to be under the radar as a security dog handler. Yes, the dog will bring attention and people may talk that you're here, but don't bring unnecessary chat about you being here, because if that chat goes to the wrong people or whatever it is, then all of a sudden you become a target. So I think you have to be smart, and if you're able to be in a busy place like I am and only have maybe one or two conversations and go under the radar quite well, I think that shows that you're doing a decent job, because you're not bringing attention to yourself, you're not bringing attention to what you're looking after, you're not bringing attention to you as not vulnerable, I think that's the wrong way in which you're putting it, but some people may look at you as a vulnerable target. We know we're not, but people may look at you as a vulnerable target. If you can keep yourself under the radar, I think that shows that you're doing a decent job. Like I say, I could be very busy and I could be out the van 40 times a day having a go at people cutting across a bit of grass, but that just brings unneeded attention to myself in a very busy part of this sort of town that I'm in. So yeah, I think it's been interesting. Which do I prefer on this site? I think I still prefer the night shifts on this site, mainly because I'm just not a morning person. So like the 5 a.m. alarms have been tough. Like I can get through the first couple of days, but once I get to kind of like day probably 3 or 4, maybe the 5th day, I do find it hard. But the reason I find it hard is because I get all of my time off between when I get home and when I go to sleep, and then I literally get up and walk out the door because of family time, different things like that. I'm not going to go to bed at sort of 8 p.m. because that's the time in which I get to spend with the fiance, etc. So I spend all my time off before I go to bed, and then I literally get up and walk out the door. Whereas when I work the night shifts, I get like an hour or so when I get back, and then I have maybe like 2-3 hours before I leave to go to work. So actually the nights is better for me, but then obviously the day works out better for us as fiancés or partners, whatever way you want to put it. So yeah, for me, working nights is still better, but I understand that working days works better for us as a couple and things like that. So I think it's been an interesting couple of weeks. Hopefully you've learned something in this video, even if it was just in the last few minutes, etc. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below for loads more videos. That's for now. I'll see you again next week. Oh, Patreon's down in the description as well. Sign up to that. There's some more videos of obviously stuff I've been doing here, etc. I think there's about maybe 8 or so, maybe even more than that, videos on there now. So yeah, Patreon's down there as well. Sign up to that. From £3 a month, you can see all my videos and some of the stuff that I've been doing whilst I've been here. So as for now, I'll see you again next time. Just watching. See you later.